everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend, and I hope that your start to this year has been a good one. I know that there will be people watching this right now who will have lost their homes and everything else this week. I don't anticipate that any of them will actually be watching right now, but maybe watching in the future. And if that is you, or you have family or loved ones in that situation, we send out our thoughts. And I'll be sure to link below to some organisations that are currently raising funds for those who are displaced due to the devastating fires in LA this week. Let's give you a bit of an update as to what's been going on in the garden. Spring is finally on the way. We do have the very first shoots popping up out of the ground from the bulbs that I planted back in the autumn. We've got some snowdrops coming up. We've also got some daffodils coming up. Nothing really that I can show you right now. They're literally just above the surface of the ground, but hopefully next week I will have more to share with you. But today I do have some really sad news to share, and that is that we have lost a chicken. For those who don't know, hens and roosters, chickens in general, they're little dinosaurs, and they sometimes do things that we humans struggle to deal with. Bit of a content warning if you're watching this with impressionable or easily upset folks. Now would be a good time to stop the video and maybe skip to one of the others from the channel. But we lost a hen due to what was the worst possible series of events. So it is common for chickens, just like other social birds, to have a pecking order of birds that they, one is in charge and then others are subordinates. And when a chicken goes through a molt, like many other birds, that pecking order is adjusted depending on, which bird is going to be the top bird this year. Obviously, if there's a rooster, like we have Charlie here, he's generally the top dog, but there is a pecking order for the hens. And just before the Christmas break, one of my newer, younger hens was set about by the other hens in the coop here, in much a similar way as they set about poor Ashley more than a year ago now, or nearly a year ago now. And you've seen that Ashley is fully recovered, but because she's been out of the coop for a really long time, she is unlikely to ever go back in with the other birds. I was able to save the hen. She was in no way anywhere near as badly beaten up by the other hens as Ashley was. When Ashley was set about, I thought we were going to lose her. She couldn't see, she didn't want to eat. I had to syringe feed her for a couple of days. In the case of this other bird, she had been henpecked to the point that she was quite badly injured, but she was not severely injured. She would rest, and I put some powder on to stop her bleeding, because she had some bleeding on the back of her neck. I isolated her from the flock, which is what you're supposed to do, and I put her in my greenhouse with a guard up to stop her from getting out and other things from getting in. And I gave her food and I gave her water, and she recovered. Like a few days after the attack, she was doing really well. She was eating, she was exploring, she wanted to go back with the other hens. We did try reintegrating her after 1 week, and I think it lasted about half an hour before someone decided to have a go. So I then re-isolated her and put her back in here. Unfortunately, though, the local raccoon population figured out that there was a hen in the greenhouse, and while we did have, wire up and we did have protections up, The raccoons figured out a way in, and so a couple of days ago, as of the time of recording this, they broke in, they killed her and took her. And I am devastated. I saw, obviously, I'm not going to show you, there are a lot of feathers in the greenhouse. And we have a security camera that points directly at the front of this. So I was able to see on a security camera, I think 4 or 5 pairs of eyes very early one morning as these raccoons worked as a team to open up the greenhouse and take the chicken. Such is life in the country. It's difficult. It's horrible when this happens, but it comes with the task of looking after animals. If you live in the country and you have livestock, sometimes things happen that you kick yourself for, that you wish you could go back and change, but which unfortunately I don't have a solution for. The weather has been so abysmal. This week has been really nice. It's been cold and fresh, but the ground is still sodding wet, and we're going to have more rain tonight and over the weekend. And it is sad and it's frustrating that we are unable to help that poor chicken. Two happier times though. I still haven't put my garlic in, but I really am hoping that this weekend I can dodge some rain and hopefully put the garlic in, because it's getting a bit late. I don't want to put it in any later than it currently is. You can get away with putting garlic in all the way through until like the middle of February, and then harvest it a little later. But I really do want to get my garlic in because it should already be poking up out of the ground, and it isn't. But the ground has been so wet and so sodden that putting it in any earlier would have just resulted in all of that garlic just getting destroyed. Meanwhile, my sprouts, that sprout is not doing so well, but these sprouts, they're not doing too badly. We do have some sprouts growing. The first time, my sprouts are growing incredibly slowly, and I think one of the things I need to do next year is remove some of these big tall branches. I've already had my neighbour say it's okay if we remove them. I just haven't got around to doing it yet because I'm not going to lie to you, the last couple of weeks have been incredibly tough. We still don't have any eggs. Really, frustratingly, the hen that was pecked and driven out and then unfortunately taken by raccoons was the hen that was laying eggs. So I know that we will start getting eggs again soon, but it is devastating. It is frustrating. It is horrible. But other than that, over the holiday period, we pretty much finished off the last of our parsnips. We still have some broccoli from last season in the garden, which I'm going to harvest by the time you will have watched this. And then we start planning for 2025. Everything is still very much up in the air at the moment. I'm doing my best to remain positive, and I'm going to go out and buy some parsnip seeds either this weekend or next. Because parsnips, you put your garlic in and then you put your parsnips in, and then really you start preparing for the next year of growing. And I'm sure that this coming year, gardening is going to be something that will actually save my mental health. So I know I'm not the only person in that situation. So tell me what's been going on in your garden. If you are in the US, I hope that you are safe and avoiding the fires in California or the snowstorm that has hit a large part of the US. If you are somewhere else in the world, I hope you are safe and well. Tell me what's going on in your neck of the woods. Maybe, as I've said in other videos, maybe you're in the Southern Hemisphere and you're working on, harvest, because it's soon going to be harvest. In fact, it probably already is for certain things. So let me know what's going on in your garden, and I will see you back this time next week for hopefully a more positive and less grieving episode.
Thanks for joining me today, and if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them in our Discord chat room, on our Patreon page, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon or Blue Sky. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are part of the massive community of fans around the world that help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube, covering our bills, paying our team, and making sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. We now have new Patreon tiers that support a wide range of donation amounts, ranging from $1.50 US a month, or if you'd prefer, about $15 a year. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Carol Bulawa, Anna Atamelodian, Scott Wilson, Obi-Wan, Merrick Hurst, Smokey Lothar, Falafel Kosa, J01, Gary, Christopher, Randall Astaro, and Dimitri. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your moment of fame. And remember, you can now gift membership to someone else. If you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll also find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations, and we even have a good old-fashioned PO box you can reach us at. Address you'll also find below. And if you're in need of some swag, our TE swag store is also linked. So we can focus on making our content even better this year and reduce team burnout, we're switching our release days to Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday on our main channel, and if you like something a little more laid back at the weekend, over on Take 2 you'll find a release there on a Sunday. Transport Evolved is going through some pretty big changes this year though, so keep your eyes and ears peeled as we have some more exciting ways you can support us and more exciting ways to interact with us coming very soon. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we also think that this one is well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving!